Thanks for joining us on the debut episode of Only the Best, a podcast by MHW. And today we are delighted to have Alejandra Pérez, founder of Romanicos Chocolate. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, Matt, for having me here.
Sure.
It's a pleasure.
So tell us about Romanicos Chocolate and how it all started.
Well, Romanicos Chocolate is a brand we are artisanal chocolate, and we make everything by hand. And everything started just because I love chocolate. And the idea was something graphic, and somebody made the chocolate for me. I'm a graphic designer by trade, and I never find somebody in Miami to make anything by me. So I said, this is a good idea to make my own chocolate. And then I realized why nobody really makes chocolate in Miami. It's too hot and too humid for chocolate. But it has been a great experience. I started with my grandma's recipe of the truffles, and that has been a great start. And that's my main and most famous and popular product.
So tell us more about that. What are the challenges in Miami with the climate there making chocolate?
Well, it's a big challenge. When I was starting to look for research for the project, I find out that all the chocolatiers and things were Chicago, San Francisco, New York, and it's a reason for that. It's cold most of the year. Miami's hot most of the year, and is humid. Humidity and chocolate are not friends. They get moldy or they get it's hard to manage. So it's a little more expensive. I have to ship the whole year with gel packs and insulated packaging, and we are experts shipping in hot weather. And I noticed that, for example, one day I ordered something from Chicago just for sampling, and they arrived bad shape because they don't really, it's the opposite. They are not as familiar with the hot weather. So that is basically it's more expensive. You need to treat the people differently. Like somebody comes to the store and wants some box, but they're going to be around doing some errands. I offer them a gel pack with a little bag that they can keep for 24 hours. So you have to be more careful and more intentional about, the experience of that person to have it.
And how many years have you been in business?
This year is 25.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm so happy. It's a really big milestone.
So one of the themes that we're talking about here is what it takes to really be the best at your craft and what you do. So what drives you to be the best chocolatier in Miami?
Well, I think excellence starts with little decisions. So quality for me is non-negotiable. This is expensive business. Instead of it's a lot of labor. The chocolate is really an expensive ingredient. But I really don't focus on get caught on quality. I always try to improve like efficiency, how we make things, how we make it better, but I never on quality. So quality, my best PR are the chocolates. People come back because they try it. And I believe that to be the best, you have to make a lot of mistakes and learn from them. Sure. Every time we got something that went wrong, I try to focus on, okay, what we learn about this? We can change what happened, but we can improve from here on. And that is the key, because if you get stuck in something and you never move forward. We are seasonal, so we have a very intense winter season and a more slow summer season. So when you get bigger in the high season, everything expands, the good and the bad. And a lot of things that we don't see through the rest of the year, you can see it clearly that you have to improve, change. So for me, every high season is a season of improvement. And that's really, really pay off in time.
So let's go deeper into the mistakes and learning from the mistakes. What would you say is the most significant mistake that you guys have learned from?
Well, I don't know if it's most significant. Little things sometimes wakes a lot. For example, at the beginning, for me, chocolate is a vessel where you bring a gift, a message. We represent the client to give them a space where they can send love, appreciation. So at the beginning, we have a lot of orders. We print the order, then we put the label, UPS, FedEx, whatever we're sending, and the note. And sometimes when we were full, people start to call, I received the chocolate, but I don't know who sent it. And there's not a note there. Oh, no, there is not a note. So I started to see that was a problem. So these little change. Before, I put like the paper, the label, the greeting card, and the label on the top. Then I changed. I put the greeting card at the beginning, at the front, then the order, and on the back the FedEx or UPS label, because that will never you miss it, but you could miss the top. So little things like that make a huge impact in the full thing, because you want the customer to be happy, that really they feel that you make a great job for them. So that's little things, or how it took me years to understand how to ship in hot weather. So right now I'm an expert. Anybody who wants to come and say, I can tell. So we have packaging for 24 hours. We have packaging for 48 hours. We track the weather every day to see, okay, it's going to California. Let's see how it's Arizona. Okay, it's too hot. Let's send the second day. And we put this kind of packaging. Too hot. Let me try to see. So we really work with the weather instead of against the weather. And the size of the ice pack is critical. We only use 1 pound ice packs. We don't use half pound because they melt easier and they don't last enough. So there are little. This is like a big mesh. Everything
Sure.
is important.
25 years of learning and improving.
Exactly. So it's really it's a labor of love, because you're having a very emotional gift. I always say to my team, we don't sell chocolate, we sell emotions. You want that person be happy. You want that when they arrive, they say thank you, happy. They don't want to say, oh, it didn't melt, or this is not good. Or, people say, wow, thank you for what you sent. And that takes a lot of details. Details is the devil here. The little things are the most important.
And have you ever heard about a message going to the wrong customer?
No, we're really careful. What happened sometimes, it's emotional. It says, oh, are you sure that you delivered the chocolate? They haven't called me and say thank you. Oh, really? Okay. So I called. Oh, did you receive? Yes, I received it. I'm mad. I wanted to say thank you. Okay. So sometimes, we're in the middle of emotional things, but it's part of I can make a book of, all the stories behind. It's fun.
Well, everyone to some extent is in the psychology business in addition to what they're actually in.
Yeah.
What would you say is the best story? What's the best customer story that you can think of?
Well, this is a story that was funny. In one Valentine's Day, we got 7 orders to 7 different women that went to 7 different states with the same message. And I said, oh my God. And what's my best box at the moment? So it was really expensive box. And I said, this is really a guy, right? So I always joke and say, oh, that year, that guy makes 8 women happy. Wait, what's 7 boxes? Yeah, I was the 8th because it was my best client that year. It was a joke, but We happy that we made 4 weddings, and we asked to put like engagement rings inside the one of the chocolates, and the people can make it. It's really beautiful to be part of the life of our clients. Is a how celebration life, and you are with them through life. And sometimes I got big guys that come to the store and say, "Hi, how are you? Oh, I was 8 when you started, and I love your chocolate. And now that we're grown ups, I say, wow, I'm getting old." So it's good.
So I understand you have an all-women business.
Yes.
Tell us more about that.
Well, I believe that empowering women is a great thing to do, because I'm not a traditional management or leadership. I believe that if you are happy, you will other people happy. And a woman in this industry needed more flexibility. They have kids, they are caretakers usually. They need more communication. So I try to give that, because at the end, this is a vessel for improvement and happiness, not just for the client, also for us. We are there for 8 hours, and I want everybody to be really empowered, and they feel proud what they are doing. So if we are not hierarchical, we are more circular. So it's like everybody has its own space. We know that everybody is important. So if somebody fails, we all fail. If somebody brings something good, everybody's good. So what a team of empowering your position. I'm no better because I'm the boss. My role is as important as yours. And that makes a big difference. I try, when somebody enters into Romanicos, I watch them, and I see maybe some more artistic, maybe some more logistic traits, and I try to give them those roles where they are more expand their abilities. For example, I had a girl that she was hired for the store, but she was super creative. So when Halloween came, she was in charge to paint the schools. And she made these beautiful schools, and she was so happy creating themes with the schools. That kind of little things make a difference in somebody's daily life.
Sure.
Yeah.
And tell us more about your leadership philosophy. You mentioned circular, not hierarchical.
Yeah. We're a small business, and I believe that we are all important. It's not about, I have authority because I'm the captain of the ship, as I say. But I'm not more important than the woman who makes the chocolate itself, or the one who makes the truffles, or the one who takes care of the customer. We all need to have our own responsibility and feel valuable. So that's what I mean. I mean that no, because, for example, we have a small space for parking. And the parking is for who enters first. If I enter last, I have to find the parking. It's not a parking because I'm the owner. It's because we are all human beings that, we all have our issues, we all have our strength, we all have our life, and we are all a team. And I believe that's so different, because you can be a role. We are all the same thing in different positions. That's it. That's the way I see it.
Great.
Yeah.
And what about leadership development on your team? How have you developed people to grow as leaders?
Well, everybody has. They can take decisions, even if I'm not there. In their own space, in their own roles, they can take decisions. Well, I decide to do this because it's better for the company. I decide to do this because it's better for the customer. They don't have to ask me, "Oh, can I give this discount to?" No, they can't. They have the authority to do that. And when that's part of the empowerment, they don't have to go through all me. Everybody, I believe that they want the best for the company and they take decisions from that point. And so far have been very successful. I have people with me have been with me 15 years and they're happy there. And in some point of the company, people go and come back, for different reasons, and they come back. So I think something is good going there.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, final question to wrap things up here. What would you say is the best advice that you would give the aspiring leaders out there in our audience? What does it take to really be the best in your industry?
Well, I believe that you have to chase your dream and be willing to sacrifice whatever it takes for that dream. When you're a leader, you have to start with you, to be honest with yourself and work on you to be a better person. Because as better as you are, as better is your company, as better is your leadership. You only can give what you have inside. If you are life unconscious, doing things from ego and you don't care for anybody, and you're chasing the money, you really won't get anywhere. So I think everything starts inside you. The most you put inside yourself, as a bank, you are like the account, you most can give, but the opposite is not true.
Great. Alejandra, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, Matt.
It was a pleasure. And
Mine.
Thanks for joining us. This was Only the Best, brought to you by MHW. See you next time.